Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Bro Talk podcast. It's good to be here today. We have 2 out of the 4 co-hosts that are here. We have myself and my brother Mark Guthrie, aka Bruiser. It's good to be here today. It's been a lot that's been going on, especially on the East Coast. If you haven't been paying attention to the news, there's been some weather advisories, and all I can start this podcast off by saying is, bro, man, it's good to have 2 feet on the ground, bro.
It's always good to have 2 feet on the ground, man. God is good, man.
Yeah, man.
God is
So
good.
that's why I got my shirt on today. My Glory House. No, it's my soda drink. But I'll take that. Thank you. Says he's still go get it for me. Saying he's still God, man. In every sense of the imagination, man. He's
Yes,
still
sir.
God.
Yes, sir. I believe
Period,
that.
man. So I got that on today. But today we don't have any real talking points besides, bro, there's a lot going on, man, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint one thing to talk about today, man. There's stuff going on globally, nationally, locally, and our own communities. Of course, the point of this podcast is for us to talk about things going on in our own lives and to talk about manhood, brotherhood, and fatherhood. So, Brew, what's going on in your world, bro?
Well, my world, man, my world is going.
Okay.
It's a day-to-day. I don't want to call it a struggle because everybody struggles. You know, I live every day, man, when it comes.
Yeah.
Every day I attack each day differently. Um, I make sure my son have all the tools that he needs to survive for the day. Within school and within when he come home, make sure food is it's in the house for him to eat and chill. Make sure soap is in there, man, toothpaste and all that good ready stuff for him, man.
He don't even got
So
to think about it. It's already set, right?
it's already set for him. I just think about me going out there, man. I want to get back into the gym, man, but the weather's been crazy for me down here. And man, I do not like this cold, man. I think the older I get, man, the way I be like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the one to make excuses, but Lord, I want to get back in the gym.
Well, bro, I was in that cold this past weekend, man.
Yeah.
And well, Brandy and I were in that cold together, man, and that cold was serious. First of all, here's the thing that got me, bro. Help me understand something. It must be because of where we live. I saw people wearing jackets when it was clearly like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand for the life of me why these people had on regular like jackets. I'm like, bro, it's cold. Like, how come y'all don't have on a coat? Now, people did, but I saw more people having on jackets than I did with actual winter coats on, man. So I don't if that's like a DC thing, or that's just
it's a DC thing, bro. It's a DC thing. A lot of these people coming from places like The Rock or somewhere where the weather is, Chicago, where the weather is different. You know what I'm saying?
It's like their bones are probably used to it, so they probably don't need
like 30 degrees is like 30 degrees is like a summer to me. It's like I could put on my hoodie.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I felt the same way. I felt it too. I was like, oh, maybe I don't need to wear this big old coat because I was sweating.
Yeah.
That coat,
So that's a part of the thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a couple mornings, man, I've been just rocking out with my hoodie. I put on a sweater on the inside.
Okay.
A t-shirt up. I don't want too much clothes, bro. And I put on my hoodie. And I never used to wear a scarf, man. And then I have to scarf it up after a while.
Yeah, man. You gotta have that neck covered.
Yes, man. Bro. Yeah. And I got my hat on. I got my winter hat on, and I'll be fine. I'm fine. Okay, I'm okay most of the times, But there's a lot of people. Everybody I go, man, on the train, man, they well, jacket down, boots. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, wow. I remember them days.
Yeah. Well, let me just say, man, it was really great. I know we didn't get a chance to get together, man, but it was really great being in DC. I want to shout out to my wife and our wedding anniversary. That was last week that we had mentioned on our last show, but we took a trip down to Washington, DC, one of our favorite cities, actual city that my wife wants to move to. but I told her that it's just not our time yet. You know, that time will come when we'll move to the city of our choice. But want to shout her out in our wedding anniversary, 13 years. Such a great experience. We stayed in one of our favorite hotels on M Street down in the city. Man, we ate at some really great restaurants. One of them I will mention named Doggone. So if you've been to Doggone before, go ahead in the chat. Let us know if you've been to Doggone. It's by this chef named Kwame. Can't remember his last name, but man, it was good. Like it was the vibe was crazy. First of all, it was all us in there. All us in there. I mean, and there was others, right? Our cousins was in there too, but like the vibe was just crazy. Like the music, down to the lighting, and even the hotel that the place is in. It's a black-owned hotel called the Salamander.
Okay.
By a lady. She's out of Virginia. I think she owns one out in the country as well. But man, it's like one of them cities where when I go there, that's when I really feel like, man, this is like black people getting together doing black things, like what Isaac talks about a lot towards the end at the end of the show, how he always ends our show. Like I see it in motion in DC. Like that's when I really see it. Like I see, like it just looks like black people looks like they're just doing well for themselves. And you see it like in a bigger number. Like they're doing well in Rochester too, but it just feels like there's just bigger numbers, man. They just doing well for themselves.
So do you think people of color supporting people of color business in Rochester? Do you think that they doing that more, or do you think they need to improve on that?
They need to improve on it, bro. That's why I say this.
Okay.
Because when I walked in the doggone, that's all I saw was black people in there. Like black people supporting a black business. Not only that, bro, them prices weren't cheap, bro.
Okay.
The prices were not cheap, bro, at all. I'm not gonna say how much I paid for the dinner, but all I'm gonna say is that people in Rochester are not gonna pay the prices that everybody in there was paying in order to eat at a restaurant. So the first thing we're gonna say is, man, if I pay all this, then I could just go over here and price and it's still gonna be just as good. No, that's not the point. The point is that if you're saying that you're gonna support black business, support black business. You know what I'm saying? Especially not even just price, but the service is great. Bro, when we got to the door, to the time we sat down, 4 people that worked there said hello to us. 4. As we were walking, hey, how you, these were other waiters. They were waiting on other people on other tables. They saw us walking by. Hey, how y'all doing? Please enjoy yourself. We could have spent more money there, and that's only because we got there at a later time for our reservation. But so to answer your question, bro, I think we could do better in Rochester, man. But we got to get out and see it in other places to give ourselves an idea of what it really looks like. Yo, B, shout out to you, bro. Welcome to the show. I know today's been busy, kids are home, and everything like that. So welcome
Um.
to the show, bro.
To to echo your sentiments, man. Yeah, B, welcome, B. Um. I believe, man. Like for me, I have love for the Rock. Always have love for the Rock. The Rock is like home to me, man. For 20 something years, and that's one of the places to me that I will never turn my back to because I could always come back home whenever I'm ready to. You know what I'm saying? And I look at Rochester, man. It's a place to me that I told a lot of people like you can make it in Rochester. You can make it, but the community is it's a nice, decent sized community, and then we could do a lot of things if we put our resources together and support each other. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't in today's world, bro, everything is expensive.
Everything.
Everything is expensive, bro. Food is expensive. I don't shop like I used to go shopping. Just shop and buy a whole bunch of stuff, man, put it in my house because I don't want to eat all those stuff. I eat what I think I want to eat. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And I go out and buy it. Sometimes I'm going to the grocery store twice a week, where before I go to the store once a month. I
Mm.
make a big shopping and just leave my stuff, and I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? It was what my mind, I cooked some exotic stuff today. I feel like I was my line brother Shaka. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just playing with my food. Came out really nice. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And I I cooked fish today and I make some rice and peas. But the fish how I cooked the fish was totally different. Never cooked it like that before. And um it was some expensive fish too. But everything is expensive, man. I'm glad you had a good time though. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, I mean the food in the airport, man. I had went to a restaurant just to order. Yo, it was almost $70.
Can't do it, bro. Can't do it.
Said,
Can't do it.
yo, I said
Yeah,
all I wanted was chicken and rice. That's pretty much it. And I'm like, yo, these prices is crazy.
the airport is like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Airport. If somebody would say, "Yo, man, we ain't doing it in no airport," I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand.
Yo, you go to
You
the
know?
airport to fast, bro. If you have a problem fasting, go to the airport. That'll make you fast real quick. Like, yeah, I ain't
Quick,
buying
quick,
that. Yo,
quick. A
remember to
slice of
bring
pizza.
your Bible.
A slice of pizza at the airport is $10, man.
Bro, we didn't even get pizza because my man told me, yeah, we don't sell slices. All right, well, all right.
They do, but it was just $10. And then you look at the slice of pizza they give you for $10.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I wish I go to Rochester, man. I get me some country sweet with this $10. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, $10 go a long way at Country Sweet,
bro.
though. Go a long way.
I said, add another $12 to that, man. I'm good.
Yeah. And you got to go on Wednesdays when they got the 25-cent wings.
Oh, they had that on Wednesdays?
Yeah. Yeah. Those I call those the I'm sorry wings. So when you done had it rough with your significant other, man, you go to Country Sweet and grab them wings for 25 cents, telling you sorry, man.
Man, listen. As many times
I ain't never done it, B. I ain't never done it. I'm just saying.
Food is your love language.
It is.
As many times I'm at the airport, man, I'll be like, yo, I'm hungry. I'll be like, okay, I got here 2 hours late, 2 hours early. I look at the line, I go like, okay, well, how much is this? Chipotle is not something that I mess with, but I say, okay, let me get a salt burrito with just chicken.
Yeah.
Cheese, little vegetable on there, man, and that's it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
$10. They were like 15, 12,
oh, 15, yeah, like 15, yeah.
I'm like, God, bro, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just grab it. Sometimes I just don't bother, man.
Hey, man, drink some water.
I just stay there, man, and just go to sleep. I just go to sleep. I'll go there, strike up an argument, strike up a conversation with somebody, take my mind off of it.
Take your mind off it.
Yeah, I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, John, you picking me up, man? Hey, man, I'm going to Game Spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm going straight to Game Spot, man.
Yeah.
I'll call Gabe and be like, Gabe, I'm pulling up. Please save me something. Whatever you have, save me. I'm coming.
Gabe always gonna come through, man. Shout out to his
Shout
restaurant. 809, right? 809. 809.
809, yeah.
Sports Grill. B, what's going on, bro? First of all, you in a different location with different lighting and a different mic. What's going on with you, man? Where you at?
Yeah, I'm in the wife's office right now.
Oh, okay.
Yo, when the snow and the amount of,
your basement flooded?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Nah. Thank goodness.
We don't have those issues. But I'm just saying the amount of snow I done moved today, I was just trying to hurry up and jump on.
You was working today. He's being a
homeowner,
man.
Yeah, and the crazy part is that had the whole day off, but man, that snow is no joke.
Isn't that funny about being a homeowner? Is that you pay them, you work and you pay them to work in your house.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate rip right there.
Yeah. Real quick, man. I know we normally do shout outs later, but
Do your shout
Man,
out, bro.
shout out to Greg Hopkins, man, the CTC whole family, the Tree Man.
Yo, man, they got D1 cats coming out the
Yeah,
wazoo this year, man.
man, Raji,
Wow.
Terrell, man, Tori, the whole, Will, all the coaching staff over there, man. They just came back from a 7-on-7 tournament down in West Virginia.
Mm.
My son traveled. They left Friday, got back around for this morning. So I shoveled yesterday, and then at some point, had to shovel again in the evening. And then when my son said he was ready, it snowed again. So had to shovel the car out at 4 a.m. to go pick him up.
Mm.
Yeah, picked him up. We got back home. And then I got up probably around 11 or so, just after, kind of just relaxing for a little bit this morning. Got up 11, had to shovel again, and then it was like, and it, so it's, when I say it, we've been moving snow.
Hey, B,
But,
man, I'll put one of them car cover over that car, man. If I ever move back to the Rock, I'm getting the car cover, bro.
Yeah, man.
When I pull up and I park my car, I'm not putting the cover over the car. You know what I'm saying? That means all I have to do is come out, man, and just lift that bad boy up and roll it up and just dump it, bro.
Not when it's a foot plus of snow in the driveway, man. And if you see my driveway, man, my driveway long, so
I'm gonna figure that out, bro.
Yeah,
man, where you might get you a snowblower, man. Go ahead and invest in one.
You know what?
Get you a snowblower. I know you exercise, but time is money.
So I try to, that's the the mind trick I do with myself. Like, hey, it's cardio. But on the as far as the snowblower, I didn't even take it out this winter because let me see. Last winter, I think there was only 3 days where I ended up having to shovel last winter.
Right.
So I didn't even pull it out. So now to get it, I would have to, I was like, man, I'm not even about to go through all that. I'll just,
it's more work just to take the snowblower out.
Yeah, by the time I get it out, get it turned over and working, I'll be halfway. If I just start pushing the snow, I'll be halfway done. You know what I mean? So I just moved the snow, do what I had to do. But yeah, so again, I didn't mind at all getting up this morning and moving that snow. Because again, my son had, just to have the opportunity, all he's talked about is how much he learned while he was down there. You know what I mean? Just, play it,
Did he
just
participate, or was he there to watch it and learn?
He got a chance to, to get some snaps.
Okay.
But
good.
this is his first time traveling with them on their 7-on-7, you know what I mean?
So he was with the big boys. What you saying?
Yeah. So they're 18U and 15U both won their division, their levels.
Okay.
My son played on the 14U, and so he was able to they have three quarterbacks total on that level. So he got third team reps, but you know what I mean? Again, it was his first time traveling. He's only 13, playing with the 14s. So it's,
Good.
I said, take everything for a learning experience, man. You get, make the most of the reps and the opportunities you get while you're out there.
Yeah.
But you're there to learn. You're there to learn and grow and really develop, continue to develop your craft. And that's what he did.
That's one of the things, man. And again, like, love my dad, man. And he's been a huge supporter of my athletics. He's a big supporter of my kids' athletics, man. We didn't have some of those conversations like what you having with your son now about, like, listen, you go there, you there to learn. Like, don't worry about it if you're not starting right now. Like, just go ahead and take what you can get from it. And then we're going to go home and we're going to work on, those things. And for whatever the reason was, but, like, I have those conversations with my son now, but I feel like, man, fatherhood is just a continuation of things. Like, when our sons get older, they're probably going to say, oh, my dad didn't talk to me about this, but now I'm adding this to the lesson now. And
man,
I think,
you know what's crazy about that? I don't know if y'all have watched the last so Cobra Kai, which is the
Yeah, I saw I stopped when they got to the tournament overseas. I haven't watched it since then. I have
okay,
to get back
so
to it though.
yeah, you got these last few episodes have been deep in regards to the point you just made about how um when you're a kid, you appreciate your parents and you love your parents unconditionally, and you know what I mean. You get to a point where you're a parent and you're emulating a lot of the things that your parents did, but then you're also trying to bridge some of you and infuse some of you into that parenting style that you're developing, and then you get to a point where you're really at peace with who you are and how you parent, and it not necessarily being the way your parents parented you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's you see that theme play out with these senseis and their students in the last few episodes of Cobra Kai, and I think that's, you know what I mean, like you said, we didn't necessarily have those conversations, uh you know what I mean, growing up, and you had your peers who was always, you had you had them in your ear, and so in the back of
Yeah,
your
they
mind, you like,
always had
yo,
something to say.
if I ain't starting and I ain't shining, then what am I doing?
Yeah,
So you don't,
yeah.
you know what I mean? You didn't take the lessons that was available in there for you to learn while you were, while you weren't playing. You didn't get the concept of mental reps. I tell my son all the time, man, when you're not in, you're watching and you're taking mental reps. You're learning, man.
Tell my son the same thing, man, and my
Yeah,
daughter. Yo, pay attention when you on the sideline, man. Always pay
absolutely,
attention.
man. Even in practice, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because what happens is when you get up, right? If you get up and then now you throw you throw the ball to somebody else other than who you supposed to throw it to, and they like, yo, were you not watching the person
Nope.
who was just up in front of you?
You know when somebody's not watching
You
when you
know,
put them in the game.
exactly, because when they
Yeah.
get in, they don't do they don't do what they're supposed to do, and you
Mm-mm.
know it. You know what I mean? And those opportunities, and as soon as you see that opportunity you had is now opportunity gone.
But I think that's a lesson, I think, be in life in general, man, is that, when it's your turn, like, you gotta be ready to step in and keep that train moving, man, and,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I saw again, I'll say it again, man, I saw a young fella, man, who got into the game, clearly didn't know what he was doing, took him out within a minute, and he just kinda looked frustrated and was like, "Why am I out?" Yeah, bro, because you got out there and you wasn't paying attention to what was going on in the game. You got out there and you didn't know what you was doing. So they had to take you out and they had to put the other person back in.
Yeah,
And it's
man.
like
I'm
that could have been like your opportunity. So when I was a junior in high school, that summer, like I had to go in and like make a name for myself so I can start. But I couldn't do that if I wasn't watching what everybody else was doing. And I was also watching what people wasn't doing. That
Yeah,
that's
for sure,
that's
for
that's the
sure.
other piece, like watching what people are not doing. So I'm not talking about like, and I know we talk about football a lot because we played in basketball, but I'm not saying like, oh, they're not throwing interceptions. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that if you're playing quarterback and you get out there and you notice that the quarterback that's out there is not making his reads, then you go out there and you make the reads the correct
Exactly,
way. Because
exactly.
something that simple can be the difference between you playing and not playing.
Yeah, and and those are all the things that I tell my son, man. Uh, growing up, people were like, "Oh, you made somebody so and so made a lucky play. So and so made a lucky play, man." Um, I remember a coach saying one time, "Man, there's no such thing as luck."
Mm,
The reason we know Odell Beckham Jr.'s name right now is because of one catch he made on the Monday Night Football game against the Cowboys. And I'm not
man,
saying he's not made a lot of spectacular plays before and or since, but what made him a household name was that catch. And people who don't understand the investment and what it takes to really develop yourself in any craft wouldn't understand or couldn't appreciate all the work that went into making that catch But it's when preparation, all the work you've done is meets opportunity, that's what you have. And so that's what I tell myself, man. You get ready, stay ready, so you never have to get ready. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
M said it. He said it in the in the song. He was like, man, don't miss your moment because you only get one chance to blow. You know what I mean? Opportunity comes once in a lifetime, and not to say that it only really comes once in a lifetime, but you don't want to have to wait around for the next opportunity. When the opportunities are there, maximize those moments. And the way you do it is by getting ready, so that way when the door opens and it presents itself, you're ready to go through.
I think that's a great spot, man, for us to pause right quick for the audience, man. So anybody that's listening, is there an opportunity? Was there a time when your preparation met your opportunity? And at that point, that maybe your life changed, maybe you thought about something different. Shoot, maybe your situation changed in that moment. We'd love to hear about it in the chat because you're so right, man. We always think that, like, why am I doing all this work? Like, what is all this work amounting to? And when we and Bilal, you said something great about your coach. Said there's no such thing as luck, right? You know why there's people who go on, let's say, what's the show? American Idol. Let's just say that, right? Like when Ruben stuttered and all these other people won, they didn't win because it was luck. They won because they probably put in close to 10,000 hours of preparation for that specific moment. Like people, when they get lucky break, their lucky break can take 10 years. It could take 5 years. It
Absolutely.
could take 15, 20 years before the opportunity comes.
A lot of man, Brew gonna love this one. Yo,
Brethren.
right. Because it's about his brethren. Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Again,
That's his boy right there.
He became a household name. But people don't realize, like, he lost in the Olympics prior to the one that he won in.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you talking about 9,000 hours. You know what I mean? To run 9 seconds. To run a 9-second race. You know what I mean?
Yo, let that
like
sink in.
9,000 hours for that. You know what I mean? And you got to figure the Olympics only comes around once every 4 years. So when you lose, yeah, you have the world championships and all that, but none of those stages come close to the Olympic stage. When you run the Olympics, the world is literally watching. And so for him to lose in the previous Olympics prior to the one he set the world record in, you know what I mean? It's you gotta sit with that. You gotta eat that and you know what I mean, and let that feeling of losing. Matter of fact, Jalen Hurts just said this the other day. They were talking about, how did it feel to win the Super Bowl? He said the feeling of winning isn't as good as the hurt of losing. Let that sink in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, you put in all that time and effort for one moment, and that's why you do it. So that way, when the opportunity presents itself, you are ready. You know what I mean? You can perform at the best of your ability, and that's no matter what it is. We're using sports as the analogy or the vehicle to you know what I mean, to make this point. But no matter what it is you do, whatever your craft is, man, invest in your craft, perfect your craft, hone your craft, develop your craft, so that way when the opportunity presents itself, you know what I mean, you're ready to walk through.
Yeah. Bro, like he was gonna say something about that particular situation. You say
no.
Oh,
I mean, you guys said it all, man. With the Olympics, and that's in all. That's not just in track and field. That's in all the sports that participate. In the Olympics, you train, you grow, you hurt, you go to trials, you go to different events just to make it to that big show, and you make it to the big show. And then the funny thing about it too, a lot of them don't get big money. Unless you win the gold medal, you get a certain amount of money. You get a couple 100,000, And but both it was so lucky that not only is commercial, it's shoe deal and a whole lot of commercials. He get his money. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's where the
saying?
money come from.
That's where the money come from for the track athletes. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
the Olympics looks at it like, yo, we giving you a world stage. We're not paying you.
It's free.
Yeah.
It's free advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take this opportunity and maximize.
That's the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's the same way.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't pay the performers. They give you a budget to do the show, and they say, listen, you better take this opportunity and make the most of it.
yeah.
When are you
Kendrick Lamar got
going to
paid.
be in front of
Kendrick
a
Lamar
million?
got paid.
Huh?
Kendrick Lamar got paid.
No, he paid. Listen, from what I've heard and read, he came out of his, like, they give you a $15 million budget to produce your show. He spent money out of his own pocket to make, you know what I mean, to make that show what he really envisioned it to be. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there's a lot of doors that open as a result of it, and so money gonna be coming. There won't be any issue with the money coming, but the opportunity, the platform itself is the payment.
Yeah,
they've given you a 1 point something million dollar, a million audience. You know what I mean? 1 point something million people audience, and his was the largest. I believe they said that in the history of the Super Bowl, 1.33 million people watched his halftime show.
Wow. Yeah, that's better than any concert.
Yeah, you're not gonna get an audience that large. And now what you do is you know what I mean, you parlay that. You know what I mean, you turn that into opportunities.
Yeah. And I think, that's the not getting into our discussion from last week, but like thinking about like exposure, like how profitable exposure is for a lot of people, for anyone, right? And that's why they say, man, that here's something that just came to my mind, right? Like someone can be promoted because of who they know, but their talent can demote them. You know what I mean? So it's like you hear about people getting put in these positions or being put into situations where, there's a lot at stake or, there's a lot riding on or whatever. But then when they actually have to do the job, they can't do it because their talent and skill level isn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So in order to not get exposed, that we have to do the work, always thinking in our minds that like at some point I'm going to have that opportunity. So I
think
need
that
to
way.
be developing now, not to say that you will know everything, but you will know enough in order for you to be able to maintain that, whatever that thing is, that level, that position or whatever.
But again, I think that also then lends itself to some other things that I talk to my son about all the time. I'm like, man, work ethic. You will have people who are extremely talented. Not make, I'm gonna say a name, and again, Bruiser might know this name because he's a basketball head, but a lot of people outside of the basketball world don't know this name because they, you know what I mean? He never maximized his ability. Lenny Cook.
Oh yeah.
Lenny Cook was the #1 ranked player in the country before LeBron James.
Yeah, he was talking reckless too, but anyway. Yeah.
LeBron went to an ABCD camp one year. He, you know what I'm saying? He became the #1 player at that camp, after that camp. And Lenny Cook, just again, your talent and your ability will only take you so far. You gotta have work ethic. You gotta have work. I always tell my,
I don't feel sorry for him. He's lazy. He had all the skills, man. Skills.
Yeah,
I mean, to practice, and he was like frowning on practicing. Like people was looking at him like, "Yo, dude, this is your attitude at this level."
Yeah,
and you want us?
Coach is not picking up, man.
If you don't have the work ethic, man, listen, and you're not coachable.
But the coaches aren't dealing with that. They're not dealing with it no more. Not like they used, like back in the day. I think coaches did deal with some of the attitude stuff if you just had the overall talent. But because of the way the world is now, like, and I've heard coaches say it, like big coaches, like big schools, I mean, they're not dealing with that no more, man. They like, yo,
A
Well,
lot
it
of
kind
them
of comes down to that.
they're still dealing with it, man, because the NIL is another problem. It's just that some coaches, Coach Prime, ain't dealing with that nonsense.
so there's
You know what
different
I'm saying?
degrees to it then.
It's a different degrees to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The NIL thing, man, he's like, yo, I'm trying to put out NFL players, man, not NIL players.
Mm.
NFL players. And he try to get them understand. I have NFL coaches on my staff to build you to get you to that contract.
Speaking of which,
That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you see who he just hired? You see who he just added to his staff?
nah.
Yeah.
Marshall Falk is
Yes.
coaching the running backs.
That's yeah.
Ooh, to
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Coach Prime is man, he's next level. I heard the interview where he said, man, I'm coaching NFL players, not NIL players, man. You know, his entire approach to really just developing and grooming men, these young men, to be just adult men, and what he expects out of them, their conduct and attitude, their behavior inside and outside of the classroom. Man, you know, if my son didn't play football, I would still want him to be like, wherever that man is, I would trust my son with him, because he is, you know what I mean? Is as much as it would have been dope to see him, you know, go to the Cowboys or something this year, I'm so glad for these young men and for the college game of football that he's still at Colorado, because I feel like the impact, the purpose on his life is to raise, develop, and groom these young men. Like he is giving these young men.
I know he wasn't going to go there, bro. I know that man wasn't going to go there.
I'm glad he didn't, because I really feel like, you know, we can move out of purpose. And as much as the opportunity would have been great, I truly believe a huge part of his purpose is what he's doing in terms of developing these young men.
That brother got two good quarterbacks. He got one out of the pool who's going to start, and he got that rookie who is nice.
Yeah, he was like the number 2 ranked player in his class, in his senior class overall, not position. Number 2 like ranked player overall in his class.
The quarterback, right?
And is a quarterback.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Coach Prime is doing something special, man. He's doing something special.
Bro. And he's gonna sit for a year, bro. And then he's gonna play 2 years. After he's gonna play 2 years.
Cause he gonna do exactly what bRho said. He gonna watch the first year, learn it.
He gonna get a little burn.
But here's the thing though. And I heard somebody say this that's in the NFL and say why his career didn't last long. He said, one, he didn't take it seriously. So that's one. Number 2 is he was like, yo, the playbook. He just couldn't grasp it. Like I mean, as a coach and working with little kids on a playbook, I got confused sometimes. And I played football. So I can't imagine as you get higher up, like how much more complicated them playbooks get, man. Like they gotta study. They have to study them playbooks.
It is, but man, you know what's crazy is me and my son, like we love it. It's
you gotta love it, though. You gotta love it in order to get it. You know what I mean? Like we get freedom school, right?
He loves learning it. Like
school. You gotta love it.
Yeah. He was talking about, you know, just again, learning the different audibles and the plays and how, you know what I mean, just kind of watching the game. He's a student of it. And this is, you know, this is one of the things that I think is so important, even from that aspect, right? Is a lot of us, and shout out to I think Yes Sands, right? Is Deb in that line from High Lambda? They Yes Sands, right, Kareem?
Who's that?
Deb and the High Lambda.
I'm trying to see. I can't see. Hold on.
Kai Lambda. What's Kai Lambda? No more.
The Zetas out at RIT.
Kyle Lambda.
Yeah.
So-
No. I don't have only Zeta Sands I have is she's a solo. I don't know why I'm blanking on your name, and I'm looking right at your face. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, Deb and them, she got a podcast, and she talks with, because you know she was an athlete as well, so she interviews other athletes and kind of talks to them about their transition from being an athlete performing and playing to their life post. You know what I mean? How that transition went, and what's that transition like? And one of the things that I think about is, you know, I started thinking about that on a large scale related to our community. You know how many? I mean, think of bRho. bRho can probably name without even trying 10 to 15 real live hoopers that would be making top dollar right now if they was training somebody. But for us, nobody shows us that avenue when we young and when we actually are athletes playing the sport. We see the league or bust. And when we fall short of getting to that dream or that goal, we now like, oh man, you know, what am I, you know, like,
look at Tyler Ralph, man. Look at
listen, bro, that's exactly what I was going with it.
That's exactly what I was going with it. Look at Mo, yeah.
You know who Tyler Ralph trains right now?
Top
the
NBA,
best of the best. He's training the best of the best. You know what I mean? When his playing days were, you know what I mean, when he was transitioning from being a player to, okay, what's the next avenue for me? Making that move, again, saying I've spent 20 plus years learning, developing, honing this craft that I have. Why would I go do something completely abstract from that? Our youth need this. Our youth in our community need that same mindset. Like, yo, if you invest 20 years in learning the instrument and say you don't ever, you know, sell a million records or anything like that, you can then train or teach that instrument. You can become something else related to that dream, and you don't have to do something completely abstract from it in order to pursue and achieve, you know, the dreams that you have related to that career.
I agree.
But we don't teach that. We don't instill that enough. So my son is a student of the game, and I can tell you already that the way he loves the game and the way he studies the game, I guarantee you one day he's gonna coach it. He just loves it that much.
I mean, that's why we coach, right? That's why all three of us coach.
It's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. That's a great thing, man. It's out there. Look at God Shamgod.
Oh yeah, that's he's coaching with the Mavericks,
right? But he also have his
and one legend right there, y'all.
He have his private.
Oh yeah,
look on your dribble.
Yeah, ball handling legend.
You gotta come. You know, give me some of that money. You know, saying let me show you out. Look at the Lakers Reeves, man. Do you see Reeves, bro? This is the white boy Reeves from the Lakers.
No, I haven't seen him.
You see the handle? Reeves? I'm like, where did we get the handle from? I mean, he crossing people like,
yeah.
Hey,
that's crossover named after you though. That's kind of wild.
That's wild. And if guys are still using it in the league,
still using it
20-something years later, and it's still like, oh, somebody got hit with the sham god. You gonna know.
Yeah. You know who else had a dope crossover though, but it was very simplistic? Tim Hardaway Jr., man.
Listen, well, senior.
Oh, sorry, senior. My bad.
Yeah,
senior. Tim Hardaway Senior. Yeah.
Junior just shoot
senior.
Yo, simple crossover, man.
Bro, I saw a highlight with Sebastian Telfair the other day.
That's your guy right there.
My guy. You know, his brother is a good friend of mine, Jamel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his brother.
Yeah. His
brother was good people.
Brother was a great person. Great individual, man. I just don't know. I just wish he was like 6'9". You know what I'm saying? But Jamal was like 6'7", 6'6", 6'7",
Dang.
and he didn't shoot the thing like he could have. But he was in the lab every day and he could shoot it. He could shoot it, but on a consistent base. I think that's what he needed to get himself a position in the league. And
And
he
that
was in the
brother
league.
got up.
He was in the
That
league a
brother would
couple
get up
years,
every morning, like 5 in the morning, and train his brother.
bro.
He was getting up 4 or 5 in the morning every morning to train his brother before his brother had school.
He took this dude, man, away from Brooklyn for like a month and take him to Italy because it was getting hot over here for him. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't listening to nobody, man. You got
That's New York though, man.
You got an 18-year. I don't want to blame it on New York, bro. It's just that you got these idiots around him, these yes men around him, man. Everybody want to be a part of his camp. That's a part of the problem.
They see money, right? They see
My
dollars.
teammate took his pictures, man. My teammate took his Sports Illustrated cover. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, man, it's like, yo, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Bashi's about to do some big things. But Bashi gotta be humble. You know what I'm saying? Dude, what you doing with guns? You get busted with M16s and shit like that. How? You're taking money from the NBA along with other players. You know what I'm saying? And whatever that thing came. Like, dude, what are you doing, dude? You could have go overseas and make money. Just like look at one of the best point guard out of New York City, Steph. Steph went to China and created create a whole lane for himself.
Yeah, he went crazy out there though.
You know what I'm saying? He just created a whole lane for himself, bro. He still got his sneakers selling over there.
The Marberries, like Starberries.
Yeah.
Remember them joints?
You know what I'm saying? He still go back and forth to and he still have his money. You know what I'm saying? Steph ain't stupid. And the NBA kept calling him. Right now, Steph could go play right now because he's in shape. He looks good. But he will never play back in the NBA because the way they make him feel. And I get it. He went over, somebody honed him, man. They call him China. They love him. He's a god over there. 3 championship or 2 championship, a statue. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm an advocate for that, man. Go where you celebrate it, man.
Go where you celebrate it. A lot of these guys.
What's the dude name from the Lakers, bro? That went over to Taiwan.
You talk about Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Hey, Dwight Howard was on some. He wasn't serious, bro. Dwight Howard was not. It was a commercial thing for him trying to get back into the league, which I don't understand why Lakers didn't pick him up. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because they need. I
don't know why. Dwight Howard.
A
lot of people's play hating against Dwight Howard. I don't know why they play. I don't know what he did. I don't know why they're blackballing him, but they are.
Yeah, I've seen that in the NBA. Like again, you go back some years and man, Abdul Rauf blackballed by the league.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
His job was dirty. It was a blackball. They just dirty.
Yeah, they did him dirty. But but to your point, Starberry blackballed by the league, man. The man was. The man was a perennial all-star.
Carmelo was blackmail. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Carmelo too?
Yeah. Carmelo didn't have a job for a year.
I didn't realize
you're talking about one of the best scorers in the NBA.
In the NBA history.
You're gonna tell me
in NBA history.
You're gonna tell me he's not better than you have 14 people on each roster that dress. You telling me he's not better than 10 or 5 of them people on each team?
Yeah. You can't tell me there's 15 dudes on every roster in the league that was better than Melo.
Listen, let me tell you something, man.
Right
now,
right
now you can put on his clothes and give your business. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, you seen him when he was playing his son, right? His son was talking like, I don't know. I don't know if you could beat me. Yo, dad got out there and went to work. I think he had on some sweatpants.
You always
shirt or something that was out there.
Melo is real.
Yeah, he'll do. He from Maryland, right? And he from DC?
Yeah,
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Oh, well, yeah.
Baltimore and Brooklyn. He was born in Baltimore, raised up. He was born in Brooklyn, I think. Yeah, born in Brooklyn,
okay.
raised up in Baltimore.
Well, both make sense.
Yeah. Got the love.
Both make sense.
You know what I'm
Well, hey
saying?
man, we got about 10 minutes left.
I want to say this though. There's some NBA fathers, man. They got some sons that's coming out.
Oh, Arenas. Yo,
he's gonna be problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gil got his son tough. The Barnes boys is pretty tough too.
Who's that?
They're gonna be
the Barnes boys.
Ooh.
I think so.
Matt Barnes.
Ray John Rondo's son.
No, they're cool. They're all right.
Rondo's son coming up.
But Rondo's son is only like a freshman, sophomore. Yeah, he got a couple years.
He got Chris Paul's son too. Chris Paul's son gonna be a problem too.
What about LeBron's second son?
Who? Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce tough. Bryce gonna be good.
Yeah.
Bryce gonna go to school. Bryce gonna score. Bryce can shoot the things.
He going to Arizona. Going to University of Arizona.
Really? He did choose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he chose a while. I
didn't know that.
Within the last month, I heard him come out. Yeah, within it's been like about three or so weeks.
Yeah,
he committed.
He's going to University of Arizona.
Yeah,
good for him.
I like that it's a school that's not in the PAP, right?
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's gonna show too that, like, especially if they contend the year that he gets there, it's gonna bring a lot of man.
But that school produces hoopers. That's where Gilbert Arenas went. Yeah.
Oh, and Bibby, right?
Yep, no. Mike Bibby. Yep.
Yeah.
You said Bibby?
I thought Mike Bibby.
If y'all don't know who Mike Bibby is, man, y'all need to go check that out too. Mike Bibby.
Yeah, he was national champion.
That class was crazy.
Gilbert Arenas' son is gonna be a one and done.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm telling you, he's problem. I just want him to play some D. If he could play a little bit of D,
I think defense isn't as much as a skill thing as it is a mental thing. It's something that you really want to do. Like,
and the thing, the kid is understanding of the game. I look at Cayenne. I think Cayenne is light in the butt, but Cayenne could play. He's quiet. He's like a silent assassin. You're gonna put some weight on though. Melo gonna tell him that you're gonna have to put some weight on to bang on the next level. Well, I think
Cayenne gonna go to college. He's gonna have to fight some cats when he get to college. I can see that though.
He's going to Cuse. His daddy too much of an institution at
they ain't gonna bother him then.
He's good to go. He's good to go in Cuse. He's going to Cuse. I don't know where what's his son is going.
I don't know where Arenas. I don't know where.
I think LSU. I think it's USC. I want to say USC.
USC. I do think that was you're going to USC.
I think USC. You know what I'm saying? But he is tough. And the Bruiser twins too. They playing.
Bruiser got some. Yeah, his boy's tough too.
Boys,
they going to Duke.
I don't know where they're going.
I don't know.
They all in the McDonald All-American game. I don't even know when the McDonald All-American game is. I don't know when the game is. I need to check that out because they all playing in that game. They all playing in that game. I don't know if Bryce is in that game, but I know Gilbert's son is in that game. Carmelo's son should be in that game. I'm not sure. So I got to check that out.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Well, anyway, man, let's get back to the shout out, bro.
Yeah, man, we got about 6 minutes, and I'm actually gonna, when we out of here, man, I'm gonna go back and lay down again, man. I caught the flu when I was in DC.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, I was surprised you was on, man. I was, you know what I mean, because
I'm medicated right now.
Hey, I dig it, man. I dig it.
Dedicated. Yeah, man. I will say, I do want to shout out to real quick, just in the middle of the conversation to DC and their healthcare, man. They were on point. They were on point, man. I appreciate it here.
Shout out to my sis Brandy Hayes for getting you there, bro.
Bro, I shouted her out earlier, man, but I ain't shout her out about
I ain't
this.
saying you didn't. You see, I ain't steal your shine.
I
I just
see.
wanted to.
You had some grace for me today. Well,
Yeah.
I'll in addition to that, I will say, man, she was a phenomenal help, man. First of all, she made me go. So we went and stayed there, man, and got everything that I needed. She put it up on Facebook, man. I appreciate everybody for all the prayers and the well wishes. I do appreciate it because I was struggling. I was struggling big time, man. I had the chills and I had this crazy coughing spell. I couldn't even really walk around. It was that bad. A few days ago, man, I was trying to we was walking somewhere and I had to stop. I was out of breath. I just couldn't keep going, man. And I kept coughing, and that's how I knew, something was wrong. So shout out to her, man, for just being. And she had to put on her social work hat too, man, because if your lady or your partner, whoever is in the healthcare system, they're good people to have on your side, man, because they know the ins and outs, especially at the pharmacy. Yeah, how to advocate, man, especially at the pharmacy, because when I got there, they was only gonna be open for 20 more minutes. And she asked a couple questions, man, and it got things moving. So definitely
what was wrong with you? What was wrong with you, if you don't mind me asking?
I had flu type B.
Flu type B.
Okay. Yeah. So not the worst flu, but
But listen, I'll be honest.
The flu is the flu, right?
This is I'm not a conspiracy theorist. To some, maybe. But I really feel like, because, man, it went through our house. I've seen so many people that I'm connected to.
Oh, my daughter has COVID right now.
Yeah, but I really feel like it's a strain of COVID that they just have not identified or as COVID, because you figure the flu is the flu is a virus that under a microscope looks, a lot of the symptoms look they real, you know what I mean? The chills, the body aches, the cough, you know what I mean?
Sneezing.
And if you look at the cell, a virus cell itself, the flu, it looked real similar, just Google it. Don't take my word for it. Google it, you know what I mean? And I'm no doctor, but symptoms. And if you had
if
COVID,
you look on your Lysol can, it says COVID on there. It's been saying that for years.
So the strain is just it's a strain that isn't maybe identified, but this this flu that went around this year, it was real COVID-ish. And you know what I mean?
December, man.
But I heard they have some other stuff in Africa, man, and
I have heard. I'm not.
Something that says stronger than the COVID, man.
Some people have died recently. Me and my wife talked about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she stay up on it. She stay up on it. She be like, "You hear about this?" And then I gotta go research and I go look it up, because I'm like, "Yo, she stay on it. She be knowing."
Yeah. It says I forgot. Well, I forgot. It's part of Africa. It is, and they're trying to make sure. They're saying that, I don't know, man. All these conspiracy theories of what Trump and his people have been trying to do. I don't know.
Listen, speaking of that, you know what I mean? Not that, I'm praying for everybody going up in the air in the plane, man.
Bro, that's where I was about to go next. Because that's where I was about to go next. I was about to go there next. So let me tell you this quick story, man. So our flight got canceled yesterday. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but our flight got canceled, man. So we got to the airport around 10 a.m. and our flight was supposed to be leaving at 12:30. It got delayed. All right, cool. Flights get delayed all the time, whatever. Next time come up, flight get delayed. Next time come up, flight get delayed. And what's crazy about the flight delays, bro, is that our plane never came to the gate. It was just delayed because of, the winter storm or whatever. So it's the last delay. It gets canceled, man. And my wife overhears the stewardess talking with this guy about vouchers. So she was like, just ask someone about the vouchers or ask her about the vouchers. I was like, all right, okay, all right. So I said, excuse me, miss. We overheard you talking about vouchers. Like, how do you get that? And then she went on to kind of tell us how to get it. As we having a conversation, Brandy says, well, you know what? Just want you to know, we're going to pray for you in the air. Everything goes well, praying for the pilots, all that other stuff. Right. And so now we start talking the spiritual talk now. So now we start talking that, and we get to the end of the conversation. The flight stewardess from Kentucky, you know who you are, prayed for us. Not only did she pray for us, get in the plane, but she also prayed for all the planes, right? We all came into agreement with this, right? It's about plane and safety. So we get on our plane today. We go up, we come down. Everything is good. It was a rough landing, though. I will tell you that, man. It was rough. So shout out to the pilot and everybody. Shout out to Rochester Airport for somehow I don't know what they did to the ground, but they got we had to land it. An hour later, we hear on the news that there was a plane crash in Toronto.
God, man.
Plane crash in Toronto, where the plane flipped upside down, and there was a fire. But that's not the miracle. The miracle is
no casualties.
No casualties.
Yeah.
Think about, that's not coincidence, people. That's not coincidence. Now, we upset because we got to cancel our flight. We got to pay out money because we don't get a voucher when the weather's bad. But we held hands in the airport, the three of us. We stood up and prayed, and we prayed out loud. And there was people around. And then we prayed, and then we left it alone. And then we just went on about our way, man. This happened the next day, bro. You can't tell. That's not. You can't tell. It's not a coincidence.
Let me say this too, though. Let me say this.
And praise God that all those people live, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me add to that a little bit. Just from the standpoint of if you think about the distance between Rochester and Toronto, that's an hour flight.
Yeah.
Which is that there's that. I mean, so
we can see Toronto from the airplane.
Yeah.
Because we had to fly. I don't know why they go this route, but why they make us fly like over Ontario a little bit, and then we gotta like go around. And then
because the other flights that are in the air.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
But if you think about it, when you think an hour's flight away from where you were, people were having a totally different experience. So no matter how rough your landing was,
it beats.
Listen, man. The song say millions didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was one of the ones who did.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen, this is the perfect time for me to fly, man. I want my flights, I want planes to be dropped. I want my Africa flight to be like $1,000. You know what I'm saying? While I'm going there, while I'm buckling up, while I'm just there, I relax himself and let him up. Chilling. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect time for me to fly, man. I love it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I trust the man upstairs. So,
and that was pretty much our conversation, man. Was like, when you have certain things set already, right? You know what I mean? And you already know your final destination. You can at least sleep with that piece. You know what I'm saying? That is the case, right? But everybody don't have that.
True.
But it is possible to have it, and it's actually free.
Yeah.
It's free. You just got to make a decision to want it. That's it. And that kind of goes back into our conversation that we first started with, man, is that if you want something, man, go after it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
It's there,
That's a
man.
fact.
It's there. So yeah, B, like everyone that's in the plane, getting on the plane, everyone that's flying the plane, the steward, the
Prayers
stewardess.
up to you during this time, man.
Absolutely. Hey, even the people that's directing the planes in, directing them out, the people that's putting luggage into the planes, like the people that are in the towers, like we heard. So we flew over the is it the Potomac River, bro, or is it the Potomac?
Potomac.
The
Potomac.
Potomac.
I'm sorry, Potomac. And when I tell you can hear a pin drop, we flew over the water, man. When I tell you, and first of all, it was bumpy landing. Let's just start with that. But when I tell you there was nobody talking, like all you heard was just quiet. And we landed, and you could feel like this sense of relief just over everybody's like face, man. And but yeah, man, just
Brother
flying
Meek
into
says,
there, man, was
Brother Warren
eerie.
Meek says, "What's up?"
What's up?
What's
What's
good,
up,
bro?
bro? You know that's Kenny cousin.
Oh yeah, stairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to you, bro. And man, so yeah, man, you know, prayers up, man. Listen, I pray every time I get in the plane. I don't know about anybody
Oh,
else.
bro, I pray before I get on the plane.
Come on.
You know me. I've been taking them long. 8, 9, 10 hours, 13, 19-hour flights.
Yeah,
Bro,
bro.
I pray. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I'm in the Atlantic Ocean, I know because I see the plane start dancing. You know what I'm saying? I can listen to a reggae music. Man, I just close my eyes, fall back, and you know me, I fall asleep quick. I just go to sleep doing that part, bro. Man.
But you know what's powerful about that? Because now y'all got me in a space, right?
Well, we here. We here now.
Like the disciples were on a boat with Jesus, and he was asleep. And they was like, Lord, you gonna let us die in this boat? And I think about, so just no matter what somebody says, walks, talks, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like what you just said was such a significant act of faith, right? Lord, you know what? I trust you so much that I'm gonna fall asleep, right? You know what I'm saying? You got this. You got this. I'm going to fall asleep. I'm not gonna wake you up because I know you got this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I just think about that, man. You know what I mean? I pray every time as I'm getting on the plane, I touch every plane I get on, and I say in Jesus' name.
Same.
Every plane I get on, I touch as I'm getting on, like in Jesus' name. Like, listen,
same.
This plane is covered. No matter no matter what happened, no matter, you know what I mean, the turbulence or whatever, no matter what, I know God got it.
Bro, you said that scripture about about Jesus being in the boat, being asleep, he getting up and rebuking the wind, right? And then he rebuked the disciples.
He's being
he went back to sleep.
He said, "Oh, ye of little faith."
Listen, man. So that was my prayer last night. No, the night before, man, was, I don't know, because I was medicated and I was trying to breathe. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff going on. But like that came to my mind. And in my prayer time, what I heard him say was, he said, well, just rebuke the wind. I was like, that's what I did. I rebuked the wind. I was like, yeah, you got to quiet down, man. We got to get to our destination. That it's funny you said that, because that was like the prayer that I had, was to rebuke the wind, man. But yeah, man. So we said all that to say,
stay prayed up.
Stay prayed up. Be confident. When fear tries to come in, just say what's true. Say what's true.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Say what's true. And that's why I told Brew earlier, and before you got on, B, I was showing the audience. That's why I got this shirt on today. He's still God, because, no matter the circumstance, even if the circumstance went left, he still got it. And something about like that plane crash in Toronto, what it taught me to was that God doesn't always get us out of things, but he helps us to go through things. You know what I mean? And I think that is important, man, because like things happen, right? Like, and I'm not saying like that. I mean, that's a big thing that happens, right? But when we think about things that happen in our own lives, when we think about mishaps that are happening, that it's not, and not saying that God orchestrates bad things because he doesn't, it's not in his nature, but like when things do happen because of the world that we live in, we live in an evil world. We live in a fallen world, right? So things happen, but knowing that he gives us the strength in order to be able to endure those things, because by enduring those things, then that can help somebody else to realize that God is real and that he is true. You know what I mean? So like even like us having a flight canceled, yeah, it was like a disservice to us, and it made us spend more money, but it gave us a different perspective on life now. Now we've grown closer as a married couple because we went through something together and we got the result that we weren't looking for, but we got the result that we needed in order for us to continue to grow in our relationship and also others as well. There's so many different things that can happen. That's why I
Yeah,
don't try to
dude.
play God
I
because
hope
he
you, I
knows
hope
all the
you, I hope
scenarios.
you, I hope you ain't get her sick, bro.
Oh, nah, nah, nah.
No, okay.
Yeah,
And I
Y'all
yo,
hope
good.
you
funny
got her
thing is
pregnant.
though, she said something that B said on one of our other shows, and I just looked at her and was like, "Oh, all right."
And I hope you got her pregnant.
Nah, 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 nah. I ain't do that.
That's done with. That's done with. That's
Can't say
done.
I ain't try, but yeah.
Ain't done. Done. Done.
I see now. Now I'm about to start coughing. Now let's do some shout outs.
Listen,
I gotta call Rich.
I'll get us going with the shout outs, man. Uh shout out to man, Isaac, Ezra, Janelle, that their whole family, man. You know what I mean? You know, just dealing with the loss, man. Um, you know, they've posted about it, so I'm not, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like we oughta, you know what I mean, out of order to just, you know, to share what they've already shared on social media. Man, and since make sure we just praying for them, you know what I mean, continually as they go through this difficult time. Um, anyone that's lost someone around this time, man. Shout out to my bro, man, Ramon, man. He buried his daughter on Saturday, man. You know, and I just again I cannot imagine you know what I mean, what it's like to bury a child, man. Shout out to you, bro, man. Love to you. Um, you know, people that, again, we were talking about the planes, man, and the flights, man. So, you know, on the flights where there have been crashes and people have lost their lives, man, you know, I saw some beautiful tributes to some of the stewardesses and flight attendants that were on the flights, man, and just you know, their last flight in terms of them coming home and being, you know, not necessarily the way that anyone wants to be, you know, brought home, but you know what I mean? Just the tributes were beautiful.
Yeah,
So
very
praying for
moving.
everyone connected to those to the people that have been lost. Um, you know, man, over this past week, man, my dad's birthday was would have been this past Thursday, man. So you know, Dad, we miss you. You are definitely missed. You know, family and birthdays, man. Happy birthday to everyone who celebrated, you know, between now and then. And just you know, everybody that took a moment to recognize, acknowledge, and spend some time on Love Day with they love, you know what I mean, with their loved one. You know, it's yeah, you know what I mean. It's important. So, you know, make sure you carve out some time and let the people that you love know that you love them. And you know, to the one that I love, you know, Mr. Toya, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm thankful for you. And to my boys, you know what I mean, who keep me going and I just, man, you know, the song says, "You are the wind beneath my wings. Y'all are the wind beneath my wings, man. My family is what, you know what I mean, gives me the push to believe and to go and to do when I don't think I can myself. So I thank you all, to you brothers, man. Shout out to you, man. Much love, bRho, aka Bruiser, and my bro, my son in Alpha, man, Kareem Juice. You know what I mean? Love to you. Uh, and again, to Ike, who's not here, man, but he's getting some much needed time away and respite, man, and rest. And with his family, man. It's love, bro. It's up. So, shout out to everybody, man. We love y'all.
Yeah, for me, I echo those sentiments, man. That Brother Smith just talk about losing loved ones. Um, Isaac. Isaac is my son in Alpha, one of my son in Alpha. Um, his family. It's like also my family because I'm very close with the family. I know the young lady mom, Karen. Karen, my condolences to you. Um, I don't know what it likes, man. I don't know what it like to lose a child and your first one at that. You know. I know I reached out to you. You was a little busy, and I get that. I receive all your texts. You know, I'm just, I didn't return any text back to you, but just know that, you and I are gonna sit down one day and just have a conversation. You know, I just wanted to give you your time for you guys to heal, man, and do what you guys have to do. Um, I know you say Isaac having, I know when Isaac, man, Isaac ain't resting. You know, he's busy. He's busy doing things with the family and doing stuff like that. When he get back home, he's gonna need to rest. He's gonna need a couple of 2 days just to sit back and relax. And then he can't even do that because he have his girls. You know what I'm saying? And they have all these events. You know what I'm saying, and stuff to do. But prayer works. Like we talked about earlier today, the prayers. We gotta keep them in our prayer. You brothers, man, continue doing the family thing. Continue doing the whatever make you guys happy. You know what I'm saying? So that we all could mimic, copy, or do what we do when it comes to our families to better our families. Very important. Um, Shout out to my son and my daughter, man. They two big piece in my life that make me go every day. There's some days I just wanna just chill. And I can't chill because I know I have them in my life to make sure they're good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my family. You know, um, Shout out to Miss Karen Shadley. Um, Shout out to Miss Walker, Toy Walker, Rachel Grant. You know, and that's it for me. My shout out to hey, shout out my brother Brock, man. We haven't talked with text. Um, Bro, man, I miss you, man, and I love you. And hope I'll see you soon. All right.
So just want to start off by saying shout out to my wife and to my children. And it's a beautiful blessing to be a husband and a father and somebody that they can look to for
Mhm.
protection and support and help. So I thank God for being in that position and thank God for my wife being a incredible helpmeet and for being an incredible partner. And we do this life together. So shout out to her and shout out to the young ones who's gonna do far more greater than what we did in this life. When it's their opportunity. Definitely want to shout out to you brothers, and I definitely appreciate you brothers for all your support as always. To my brother Isaac, that's taking care of business right now, man. Brother, just know again, we thinking about you, and I just sent you a text too, because I just realized when I was sending you texts earlier, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about my own situation, man. So just know charge it to my head and not my heart, man. Just know that thinking about you. So B, thanks for and Bruiser for bringing that back up. We got to do that as brothers, bring things back to our attention. So I want to shout out, man, to my AKA sister, Trudy, down in Maryland. Want to shout out to her and her husband, and shout out to the kids. She came by and saw us for our Brandy night anniversary. It's funny, man, because she went from being my friend to her friend. So don't tell me how that happens in this world, but it does. So shout out to her. Coming to check us out. Want to shout out to Lil James. It was his birthday just this past weekend. So I want to shout him out. He as well was on the plane from Denver. Denver to Rochester. So definitely want to thank God, man, for traveling mercies for him and getting back safely to Buffalo. So definitely want to shout him out for sure on his birthday. I want to shout out to one of my homies from high school, my man John Fawcett, who is getting inducted into the Rochester Hall of Fame by the Eastman School of Music. I think it's tomorrow. It's this month. Yeah, so shout out to him, man. It's a beautiful thing, man, when your hometown recognizes you for all the work and accomplishments, man. So shout out to him and all the work he's done, traveling around the world, playing for one of the greatest artists of our time. So definitely want to shout him out. Shouted him out earlier, but I want to shout out to the urgent care that I went to for holding the brother down. They was getting people in and out, man. They was doing their thing. And shout out, man, because I saw just people of color all throughout, man. Black doctor, black nurses. It was good to see, man. And this was like in the capital region, man. So shout out to them. Want to shout out to, man, all the restaurants we went to. Oh, shout out the cousin at Milk and Honey for always holding us down for going that way, man. So shout out. She's not our cousin. We just call her cousin. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to KJ who waited on us. Man, want to shout out to the hotel that we stayed at. Man, them people, man, they know how to host you. And definitely want to shout out to them. If you want to know who they are, hit me up on the side because they're not paying me to advertise. And then lastly, I want to shout out to my parents and to my parents and loves, man, because while we were gone, they held the kids down, bro. Held the kids down, man. Made sure they had everything they needed. Chloe wasn't feeling well, so they made sure that she had what she needed, man. You know, my son had a game on Saturday, so shout out to my brother-in-law, man, or brother-in-law, man, brother Kevin. Shout you out, man, for taking my son to basketball and for my parents being there. That's why, man, you got to have a village, man. You got to have people around you that you can count on, that's reliable, safe, you know, to be able to do these things while we're out. That's why we can do these things. That's why we can go on vacation, because we have the support system that's needed in order for us to be able to do that. So shout out to everybody.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's the show. I don't remember everything that Isaac says, but if somebody's black,
Black business.
All the black people doing all the black things and support a black business, man. And everybody that was in the comments, if you was watching or you tuned in, man, much respect, much love to you.
Amen.
Peace.